Hi students, this is Madhu Dharmapuri. Welcome back. And today's topic of the lecture is divergence of a magnetic field, del dot B. And I am going to find out this divergence of magnetic field using Biot-Savart's law. What is Biot-Savart's law? In one of my previous video lectures, I have already discussed thoroughly about Biot-Savart's law. If you have not watched it, please do watch it so that it would be easy for you to understand what is Biot-Savart's law. Okay, so basically Biot-Savart's law helps us to find out the magnetic field due to a small current elements. Okay, because we know every current carrying conductor is a source of magnetic field, and Biot-Savart's law helps us to find out the magnetic field due to small current elements. Okay, so here I have written about Biot-Savart's law. So let us try to recall our knowledge on it. Okay, so this is the current carrying conductor through which I current is flowing, and from that current carrying conductor I have taken a small element dl, so which is current element because current is passing through it, and at a point P from the small element dl, if I want the magnetic field, then that would be this dB equal to mu naught by 4 pi ideal sin theta by r square, where theta is the angle between small current element and the line joining the current element and the point where we are finding the magnetic field. This gives you the magnitude, so that's why I have written scalar form of the Biot-Savart law. And if you want, we can also write vector form of this. Okay, because we know it is ideal sin theta, we can write it as because theta is the angle between dl and r bar, so I can write dl bar cross r bar by cube, r cube. So this will be same as this. So if you find out the cross product for this dl r sin theta, that r will cancel with this cube, so that you will get again square here. So this is same as this. So this is a vector form of Biot-Savart law, and this is scalar form of Biot-Savart law. And direction of magnetic field, you can use right hand, keeping your thumb in the direction of current, and curl your fingers in such a way that your fingers represents the magnetic field direction. So in this case, the magnetic field at this point P would be inwards, and on this side it would be outwards. Okay, so I have written one more formula in the form of vector for Biot-Savart law. If you can observe this carefully, in place of IDL bar, I have written J bar and dV. See, what is J? It is a current density which talks about the current passing per unit area. Okay, J bar is I by A bar, where A bar is the area of that current carrying conductor. Okay, so I is basically the dot product of that current density and that area vector. So if you replace I as J bar dot A bar here, you will get this, because A bar and dl bar will give you volume element. Area is A is area and dl is length. Area into length will give you the volume, and in place of I we have got J bar. In place of dl I have got dV. So this can be written as this using current density formula, using the concept of current density. So this is the magnetic field due to a small current element dl at this point P. What is R here? R is this distance from current element to the point P, modulus of this R bar. Okay, so if I want the total magnetic field produced by this current carrying wire. Then I have to integrate this. Okay, so total magnetic field due to current carrying conductor B will be integral dB bar, which means I am going to use this integral mu naught by 4 pi J bar cross R bar by R cube. Since it is a volume integral, I am just putting V here. This represents volume integral. So taking divergence both sides, you will get del dot B bar is equal to del dot mu naught by 4 pi J bar cross R bar by R cube dV. Okay, so del dot B bar is equal to mu naught by 4 pi is constant, so I am putting it out. Integral V del dot J cross R bar by R cube dV. Just mu naught by 4 pi is taken out of the integral. Now we have to calculate what is this. Then that would be the answer for divergence of magnetic field. Okay, if you observe this carefully, it is looking like A dot B cross C equal to C dot A cross B minus B dot A cross C. Vector triple product. Okay, A dot B cross C equal to C dot A cross B minus B dot A cross C. Sorry, scalar triple product. Okay, because this will be a scalar dot product. Now, using this, what is A bar is J bar, and A bar is del bar, and B bar is, I am taking it as J bar, and C bar I am taking it as R bar by R cube. Okay, so using this formula now, del dot B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi integral V. What do we get? C is R bar by R cube dot A cross B del bar cross J bar minus B is J bar, A is del bar cross, what is C bar? R bar by R cube. Right? If you observe this here, del bar cross J bar is equal to 0. J does not depend on R, because del bar is a differential operator with respect to R. Okay, so I is steady current and J is steady current density here. What is steady current? Time independent. It's a constant. Okay, so del cross J will be 0. What do you get? It will be del dot B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi integral V. The first term would vanish, minus, so I am putting that minus outside, J bar dot del cross R bar by R cube. J bar dot del cross R bar by R cube into dV. Okay, this is looking like del cross pi A equal to pi del cross A plus del pi cross A. What is pi here? Pi is equal to 1 by R cube. A is equal to R bar. This one. Del cross pi A. Now using this formula, what we can write? Del bar dot B bar equal to minus mu naught by 4 pi integral V J bar dot, what is this? Pi del cross A. What is pi here? R power minus 3, 1 by R cube. Del cross A is how much? Del cross A. Del cross R. Okay, and plus del bar R power minus 3 gradient cross, what is A bar? R bar into dV. Okay, if you observe this, what is R bar here? It is a position vector. Position vector. And del cross R bar will be 0. Curl of any position vector is 0. So what do you get? It will be minus mu naught by 4 pi integral V J, this will vanish, will get del bar R power minus 3 cross R bar dV. Okay. See, del bar of R power n is n into R power n minus 2 R bar. This is the formula. So using that, what I can write? Del dot B equal to minus mu naught by 4 pi. Del bar R power minus 3 I can write minus 3 into R power minus 5 R bar cross R bar, using this formula. N is minus 3 here. If you observe this, you will get, you see, this point R bar cross R bar will be 0, because cross product between two same vectors will be 0 because the angle between them is 0. R sine 0 will be 0. So if this is 0, what is the answer for the right side? It will be 0. Divergence of magnetic field is 0. What is the meaning of divergence of magnetic field 0? Means there is no magnetic source or magnetic sink. There is no diverging. Then what is the confirmation from this concept? Del dot B 0 means it is a B is solenoidal in nature, and most importantly magnetic monopoles do not exist. That is, magnetic monopoles do not exist. Del dot B 0, divergence 0. There is no divergence. There is no source, no sink. Which means magnetic monopoles are not existing. Two poles must be there. Okay, that is what we can confirm from this. So this is also called as Gauss law in magnetism. This is also called as Gauss law in magnetism in a differential form. See, this is true for all magnetic fields, time varying magnetic field, the magnetic field produced by current carrying, time varying currents also, not only for steady currents. Okay, so Gauss law in magnetism is del dot B is equal to 0. Okay, and which confirms that magnetic monopoles are not existing. No sink, no source. Okay, so the magnetic field lines coming out from one pole should reach to another pole. So monopoles are not existing. Okay, so that is why we might have seen in some experiments while we are drawing magnetic field lines for a bar magnet case, the magnetic field lines would go out from north pole and would enter into the south pole. Okay, and there is no scope for magnetic monopoles existence as of now. Okay, so it's a very important derivation. Gauss law in magnetism, divergence of a magnetic field vanishes, which means that magnetic field is solenoidal in nature. See, any vector whose divergence is 0 is called as solenoidal. Okay, so hope you have understood. If you have any doubts regarding this lecture, you can put your doubts under the comment section. I would be ready to help you out. Thank you very much.